All right, family. I'm working on a 12 piece grab bag for Fair and a couple other websites. So I've already done three of those, and that video is linked to this video, so you can see those three. And then in this video, I'm going to go ahead and use some of these protective eye beads. I haven't used any of these, I don't think. And these are the smaller beads, the 8 millimeter. That's probably why I haven't used them, been staying away from them. Anytime you start using those bigger beads, you get kind of spoiled with the beads just sliding onto the string. And I'm using 1 millimeter cord for these bracelets. And I'm going to just use a couple of these bone beads to where it looks like that. And then we're just going to grab any color of these stone beads. I think these are bone beads, not stone, but bone beads. So we're just going to go ahead and just grab some different colors and go ahead and put these on here. And then we're going to finish them off with some of the wood beads we got in here, the 8 millimeter. So the smaller beads, I probably will make 9 of the bracelets using these smaller beads. Just a lot of smaller beads, not these specifically, just smaller beads. Three, 4, 3, and then let's put another color on here. And then I like the way that looks. And then I think what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and put one of these little beads that I got from Hobby Lobby. See, I got to find the hole. I'm like, ooh wee. When I was out the other day, I'm driving, just minding my business and stuff. And I was like, shoot, I think I'm going to have to get some different glasses because my eyes be feeling like they're a little bleary. Like, I'm like, well, wait a minute. And at night, I don't even like driving at night no more. It's like, do I have to? And it's not because I can't see. It's just, I don't, it's something about driving at night now. Well, I never did really like driving at night, but just driving at night now, it's like, ugh, do I really got to go out? And I was thinking that the other day, you know how, and let's use the church environment because it's a lot of, like seniors that, come out and, come to worship and stuff. But then when you start seeing seniors just kind of disappear, like they're not coming, it's like the older you get, you kind of understand why they don't be coming out. It's like it's such a chore. Not that I'm a senior or nothing, but it's like by the time, shoot, you get dressed and took a bath. I know one of the brothers in one of our Bible classes was saying, he said, man, and I think he's early, no, maybe late 70s. And he was saying, my goodness, by the time I take a bath, by the time I get up, take a bath, get dressed, get a little food, do whatever I'm going to do, he said, I'll be so tired, I want to sit back down. And I'm just like, ooh, I don't ever want to get to that point. It's like, man, he said sometimes he just don't have no energy to do anything with. And I was thinking, it's like, shoot, that's probably why the age of retiring was 65 at some point. I think it was 60, then it changed to 65, right? And then it went from 65 to what is it now, 70? They don't want nobody to get no retirement. That's pretty like that. And I do know like the situation that's going on with y'all government and stuff. So I'm not talking about that situation. I'm just talking about like before. That's probably why people were, you know, retiring early and carrying on. And it's like by the time you retire, you want to travel, you want to do some things. You ain't trying to be so broke down to where you just can't do nothing. And it almost seems like that's what these companies want. They want all your energy. They want your whole life. So by the time you do retire, you can't do nothing but sit down because you ain't got no energy. Just gonna die off now. They don't want you to get no Social Security, and if you ain't invested in anything or got a 401k and did some private investing, man, it ain't meant. That's pretty like that, right? It ain't meant for it's not set up for people, to to live comfortably and accomplish anything. Because you can see the landscape now, the way the landscape now is, it's they want every dime we got, and you can look at the stock market and see that, and not only just the stock market, just everything. It's like it don't even make no sense. And I guess it does make sense if that's the strategy, right? Oh, that's nice. I like that. Real simple and easy bracelet, just comfortable enough. And on a real comfortable, easy day, I put bracelets like this on. I'll put a bracelet like this. I might tie a little leather cord and then some other little loose something on my wrist. Especially like during the summer. I like to wear like little cute bracelets like these. And then that was like another reason why I said, you know what, let me go ahead because summer is coming. And people do a lot of things during the summer that they don't normally do during the other seasons. And dressing cute and comfortable with some simple bracelets on is one of them. So I'm going to make a couple of these. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this bracelet. That's cute. Just a simple little bracelet. Got a nice, and I'm using 1mm cord. So that's real cute. This will go with these bracelets right here. So this is going to be a 12-piece stack, and you can see how pretty they already look. So we're going to make a couple more using the 1mm cord. And I got a bunch of glass beads right here too. I think I'm going to grab some of these. We'll do that. And maybe use another one of the evil eye beads. I thought I had some red ones of these up here. Some red, some blue, and I probably do in some bags over here somewhere. I just don't know where. I'm going to use a couple of these little beads right here, the red ones. Yeah, we just do that like that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use some of a couple of these glass beads. These right here. I think these are coated glass beads. I'll put 3 on each side. Grab another color and then do another 3. It's starting to get hot here too. I do know, is it what they say? April showers bring May flowers. Because I think we generally get some rain during April in San Diego. I'm thinking that we normally do, but you know what? The weather is so twisted nowadays. You just never know what's gonna happen. I think we do get some rain, and then right after a couple of days of rain or something, then it starts to get nice and hot. If I could remember correctly, it has been hot, like hot here in San Diego. And then it gets real hot, and then we'll get a couple of days of rain or something. And then summertime comes and it gets scorching hot. So it seems like they on track. But remember when we used to have all the seasons? Especially around Christmas time. We used to love around Christmas time. When that weather was like that, it was it would be a little wet or be chilly, and we'd be all cozy in the house, and we would be hoping that the next day, actual Christmas day, that it wouldn't rain. or be wet, and then that way we could go outside and ride our new bikes, or like scooters, whatever it is that we got for Christmas. And sometimes we would have to, it would be late, late, late on Christmas Day, or it would be the day after Christmas that we would go outside because Christmas would be wet or it would be raining. And that was cool too, because you know how Christmas was. You get a lot of goodies, toys, clothes. My mother was good for buying a lot of clothes, shoes, school supplies, like stuff we really needed. And then she would buy us, each of us, a couple of things if we wanted. Like my brothers and them, like what was some thing with the car? Racetracks. They like racetracks and electric remote cars and anything that was like electronic and stuff. And then they liked them little games. I remember they had got I think it was an Atari game. I think it was an Atari because Pac-Man came with it. The Pac-Man game. Ooh, we used to play that game out. That was my game. Miss Pac-Man. Not Mr. Pac-Man, but Miss Pac-Man. And remember they used to have them little not vending machines, but those little games everywhere you went just about. That's pretty. I like the different colors on there. I think I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to finish it off with a couple of these wood beads. Just to add some different color in there. Ooh, but them was the days, right? Christmas. We used to go and take the tape off. So however my mother would tape the gifts on there, we would peel the tape off like really slowly and stuff. And all we wanted to see was what was on the side. Like, you can see on the side what that item was. And we was good for that. And then go ahead and tape the package back together. Just peel it off just enough where we can see. And we had to be real careful because we didn't want the paper like all bent up and we didn't want the tape peeling off the paper. Ooh, we was sneaky. Lord have mercy. We would find out though. And she would let us open a gift on Christmas Eve. Sometimes she would let us open everything. But for the most part, it was a gift we could pick out. Because she would start cooking, Christmas dinner and stuff the night before Christmas. She would be prepping 2 days before Christmas, like cutting up all her stuff. And they was good for deep freezing stuff and throwing stuff in the freezer. I like the colors. Look at that. How all these colors look on there. That's pretty. So this is going to also be a part of the 12-piece. And that's one thing about my niece that I like with her two little kids. Kaden is 11, I think. And then Kayla is 1 year old, I think. I think she's 1 year now. She always got them outside. So they're always outside. They always go places. She keep them like, just outside, not just sitting in the house. This is really pretty. And then she keep them like, not them, but she keep Kaden because he's old enough in little programs and after school programs and workshops and that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, because you don't want him just sitting in the house playing games and, doing all that stuff. You want him to get out, build his social skills. And then if he's used to always being gone and out and about, when he get home, he appreciates being at home. But if he's just sitting up at home all the time, a kid is not going to appreciate that. Because there are some times he'll say, well, Mom, I don't want to go nowhere today. And I'll be telling her, I said, that's good. Oh, those are nice. Look at that. Yep, and this is getting ready to be a 12-pack. So I really like the way these are all matching up. I'm going to go ahead and make some more 2 for it. This is 5. So we got a couple more we need to make. I'm going to try to do about 20. I think it said about 20 12-piece pack. 20 12-piece grab bags. I'll be having messages on here from all last week. I don't check my phone messages or anything, text or anything, over the weekend. Sometimes I start on Thursdays where I don't check messages. I don't be checking nothing. It's like, nope. And then sometime I'll miss messages, or texts or something from people. And they be like, well, Darlene, did you get my message? It's like, well, what message? I'm going to use this right here, this dice. Well, what message you talking about? Well, I sent you a text on da-da-da. It's like, I don't check them texts and stuff on the weekend. That ain't something I do. That ain't something that got to be just if I want to have the conversation, I do it. But I'm in the habit of not doing that. Because weekdays are always so busy, and I'm sure like for everybody else too. So it's like, nope, I don't want to do it. No wanting. And then that's the thing when people know that you don't check messages. That's cute like that. When people know that you don't check messages on the weekend and stuff, they won't text you. They won't text you. They won't call you. They won't do any of that unless it's an absolute emergency, like it's something like they really need to talk to you about, because they know it's like, oh, she ain't gonna answer no way. I don't even look at the texts. Do not disturb. So we're gonna do the greens like this, and then we're gonna go ahead and use some of the green glass. Might as well use all these up, right? Go ahead and grab a couple. I think we'll put 4 on this side for the green ones. And then they match really good. And then we'll put 4 on this side. Me and my sister was talking yesterday, and she said I was in the kitchen cooking, and she was frying some chicken, she said, and she had on some certain type of dress, but the dress had the sleeve where it was a wide type sleeve. And she said, I just went to do something, and she said the sleeve caught on to the arm of the skillet, and it almost like literally fell off. And had it fell off, she probably would have got burned real bad, right? And we were talking about how like freak accidents be happening. And I'm like, you know what? That's true, because my knee, when it be feeling all stiff and stuff, because I got a lot of rugs, like really pretty area rugs and stuff laid out all around. And when my knee, I couldn't bend it. So when you're walking, you can barely lift your leg up just enough to take a step. And I was telling her that, and I was like, yeah, I had to move the rugs out of the way because I almost fell twice. And I was like, man, that's crazy. Just, how freak accident starts. And we were talking about my grandmother, how my grandmother had a driveway and it just went up, like slightly up, and she would park her car like that. And that woman did that for years, driving her car up and parking and emergency braking, getting out, and, really careful with it, and just had her whole routine down until one day she literally slipped. And when she slipped, she broke her hip. And I was just like, wow, she been doing that for God knows how many years, that same parking space, parking and da-da-da, da-da-da. And that same parking space in her driveway, which was slightly elevated, and she fell and broke her hip. And we were just like, wow, freak accidents, how they just be happening. You just going along minding your own business, and then all of a sudden, it's like the craziness of it all. I think I'm going to use some more of these dark ones. And I was telling, oh shoot, that fell off. And then I was telling her that's how I got burned right here on my arm. Let me see. That right there. I was frying something, and I don't know how that grease started popping like that. But the grease had popped, and when it popped, it hit my arm because I had on some short sleeves. And it hit my arm, and you see I left that mark. I was just like, wow, we got to really be careful, because you just don't never know. You just don't never know. Just got to be careful. And see, a lot of these don't have the whole on both sides. So I probably won't buy from this vendor again because I don't like that. I don't like to have to go back and put the holes in the beads. They should, and see that one too. They should already have the holes on each side. I don't know why I bought from these anyway instead of the vendor that I always buy from. And see, that's what I get. Oh, I think I bought them because they were a little less expensive. I think they were $1 less than what I generally pay. But see, that's the thing. We're going to put one on this side. And I always hear the ambulance. I live about, let me see, how many blocks is it away? One, probably about maybe a block and a half from the hospital, one of the main hospitals. It's to the north of me. And I can hear the ambulance like all during the day and stuff. And then down the street, maybe about a block away, there's a senior citizen apartment complex. Oh yeah, that's nice right there too. I like all the different colors on there like that. So that's cool. So I'm sure it probably be, and then especially around the beginning of the month. And I'm like, what is going on around the beginning of the month? To where it be like so many ambulances, you can hear them coming and going like all during the day, all during the night. It's like, what in the world? Okay, so this is, I like the way the colors are coming out. I gotta wash my hands. My hands feel sticky and dirty. All right, so we got this one. That one is pretty too. I don't think I'm gonna put any charms on them, and I might. It just depends. So we got these three, and then we got these three that we use with the bigger beads. So we got six, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make six more. But that's these for right now, and then I will be back. And guess what? We'll talk.